Recording in progress.
Okay. So very good morning to all of you. So already one lecture we have conducted on operating system. We have discussed the definition of the operating system. Uh, we discussed vision, mission of institute as well as department, and we started the subject. Just a minute. Okay. So I talked on the day that this subject is very, very important. Actually, it is very, very simple subject. But as a part of your campus drive, campus interviews, so this is the basic subject. So you may say that this is the core subject with respect to computer science and engineering. As I said that throughout our life, being a computer engineer, throughout our life, we require this subject. So wherever in companies also, we are working with the computer only, and computer is unable to work without operating system. So as it is acting as an interface between user and computer hardware, right? So that's why it's very, very important according to your campus part of view. So within 1 year, after these 2 semesters, you are going to appear for the campus interviews. So be prepared. So again, I have given challenge. So if you attend my lectures 100%, so you will be get prepared for your campus drive. So most of the technical questions asked in technical interviews are mostly from operating system, either from the operating system or mostly from Unix operating system, which this subject is there in the next semester for you, right? So we'll just go through the syllabus and then we'll start the chapter immediately. As the term start and term end is declared by the university. So exactly 3 months they have given, and from that the first month again, that is October, November, December. So only 3 months they have given, and after that your exam schedule may be there depending upon the situation. So as a part of syllabus, in the last lecture, I said that we have to conduct 3 hours per week. The scheme of examination, 70 marks, your university paper will be there, and 30 marks are given for the in semester examination. And for that ISC, we are conducting 2 ISC, and average of 2 ISC we are sending to the university. So if you want to send minimum 28, 29 marks, so you should score 28, 29 marks in each ISC, right? So then only the average will be either 28 or 29. That is about 25. So it's my request to all of you. So try to score a minimum 28, so that your minimum 28 out of 30 will be sent to the university. So these are the marks in your hand, right? And in the 70 marks, actually last year, I think last year and previous last year, it was online, and previous last year it was offline. So in this subject, almost the students are scoring almost 96, 98, like that out of 100. So again, it's the challenge to you. So you can also score, you can break the record. So the in offline exam, the score was 96, and in online exam last year the score was 97. So if you want to break the score, so try to get the 98 out of 100. So that is the challenge in front of you, as this is very, very simple subject. Okay, so we'll look about the syllabus. So syllabus consists of total 8 chapters. uh, this course introduces fundamentals and basic knowledge of operating system. So basically, actually n number of operating systems are there. You may be knowing the names. So can anybody tell me the few names about the existing operating systems? Come on. Name of the operating system. With which
Windows.
operating system you are working right now on your laptop or computer?
Windows, Linux.
Good. Windows, Linux, these are the names of the operating system. So
OS.
OS.
Mac.
Mac, good.
Ubuntu.
Ubuntu, right. Gorakshanath, you want to say?
Kali Lakshman.
Okay, so these are the names. Again, different versions are there in the Windows also. So Windows is one of the operating system, and different versions are coming up. So right now, maybe we are working with Windows 10. Maybe after few days, Windows 11, 12 may come into existence. So what is the difference between these versions? Very small difference is there. So they are just trying to add extra features like our mobile. You are good familiar with the mobile. So whenever we are purchasing the mobiles, we are just searching about the version of that mobile. So which will be the preferable to me, which will be the which will provides me more features which I want. So different features are added. So few features will be not there in the previous version, and these features will be in the next version. So only this is the difference. So small functionality will be added, and that we are calling it as a version. So almost in our college or throughout your engineering, you are working with Windows and Linux, Ubuntu, etc., etc. So henceforth, maybe from third year onwards, you will work on Linux. Actually, Linux again, it is you may say that outdated, but its extended versions are there. That is nothing but Ubuntu, etc. So you are working on the new versions, extended best versions of the Linux. So initially Unix was there, which was again outdated, but all the features of Unix, Linux are derived in the new versions, and that's why we are taking the help of new versions to implement our programs, right? So we are basically we are discussing basic things, fundamental things about the operating system. N number of operating systems are there, but what we are doing in this subject, we are just discussing about the concepts. We are discussing about the concepts. What do you mean by exactly operating system? What it does, how it helps to us. We are us, that is we are the users. So how operating system helps us to implement the programs, what are the other functionalities given by the operating system. So all these things we are discussing as a part of this subject. And in the next year, in the next semester, that is I said that Unix operating system is there. So in the next semester, you are discussing about particular example of operating system, and that is nothing but Unix, right? So in this semester, we are just discussing about the concepts. That's why this subject is also called as a conceptual subject. This subject is also called as a conceptual subject. Students, am I audible?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
So this is the conceptual subject. So previously, before changing the syllabus of this subject, the name of the subject was operating system concepts. The name of the subject was operating system concepts. So because it just discusses all the concepts of the operating system. It discusses all the concepts about the operating system, and that's why it's called as a conceptual subject. That's why it's called as a conceptual subject. So all the concepts related to operating system we are going to cover as a part of this subject. So it covers the detailed process management, deadlock, memory management, IO management, input output management. So like that accordingly. So total 8 chapters are there: introduction, process scheduling, inter-process synchronization, deadlocks, memory management, virtual memory, and IO subsystem. So all these 8 concepts are there with respect to each and every operating system. So if you compare 2 examples of operating system, maybe Windows and Linux, so the type of algorithm used for this concept may be different, but this concept is there with respect to each operating system. For example, process scheduling. So what kind of scheduling is used in Windows? What kind of scheduling is used in Linux? So like that, we are trying to differentiate the algorithm used for scheduling, but the concept of scheduling is there with Windows as well as Linux. So that's why these are called as the concepts. So we are discussing all these concepts. So before studying the operating system, so we must know, we should have the knowledge of computer system and basics of C programming. So why this subject is included in this semester in third year only. Actually, being a computer science engineers, so why this subject is not included in second year? Why it is not included in second year? Actually, what is operating system? So we said that it is the program. It is the software program. So if it is the program, so we should know what do you mean by program? What do you mean by program? And to understand the concept of program, we learned C programming language in the first year. We learned C programming language in the first year. So we discussed all the concepts of C, all the controls of C, which are the syntactical controls of C programming. And then we implemented C programming with the help of data structure in second year, right? So ACC and data structure. So ACC you learned in the first semester of the second year, and data structure you learned in the second semester of the second year. So it means you know how to apply the concept of C program in real life application. And to apply the concept, so we discussed about data structure, right? So as now you are good familiar with the concept of program, now only you are able to understand what is operating system. And that's why, so this subject is kept in the third year. This subject is kept in third year. So some course outcomes are there. So students will be able to comprehend the features of operating system, to formulate its role and responsibilities. So after learning this subject, so what you are able to do? So you are able to comprehend the features. You are able to differentiate the features of the operating system. So what is operating system? What are the features of operating system? How it behaves? What are the functions of the operating system? All these things. What are the roles of the operating system? So what are the responsibilities of the operating system? So all these things you are able to tell if you study this subject. Second, analyze the principles of concurrency and synchronization to provide solution to the concurrent programs. So in our real life, so we are implementing n number of concurrent programs. So whenever we discuss about the concept of concurrency and synchronization, I will give the real life examples where the concept of synchronization is used, where the concept of inter-process communication is used, etc., etc. So you are, after studying this subject, you are able to apply these concepts in a real life. Next, simulate process scheduling, memory management techniques for CPU performance. So mostly, actually CPU, central processing unit, you learned in microprocessor. So this is the basic resource or the major resource with respect to the computer. Actually, two major resources are there. One is CPU and second one is the memory. One is CPU and another is the memory. So you are good familiar with mobiles also. So while we are purchasing mobiles, so we are thinking about the storage provided by that mobile, and we are thinking about the speed of that mobile, processing speed. So these are the two most important things which we need to consider while we are purchasing the computer also, or laptop, etc. So while we are purchasing laptop, new laptop, we should think about the space, storage of the computer, and the processing capability of the computer. So is it fast or is it very slow, etc., etc. Accordingly, we need to think about the two major resources. So here, as a part of a third CO course outcome, we are thinking about simulate process scheduling and memory management techniques for CPU performance. So if we want to utilize CPU 100%, so we need to think about the scheduling and management, right? So actually these are the three course outcomes given by the university. A few more COs we are also adding as a part of this syllabus. So right now we'll discuss about the things provided by the university. So now come to the part of syllabus. So actually again as a part of the second hour for this subject, so I request all of you, so maybe within 5 minutes you can just note down the syllabus. Hope everybody has done the notebook for this subject. Though it is online, still we are following all our rules of Pandharpur pattern. So hope in that notebook you have written your introduction and my introduction. Have you written? Have you written? Yes, students.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, have you written your own introduction? Second page, my introduction. And on the third page, you have to write the syllabus. Yes. Just write the name of the subject, course code of the subject. Course code is CS312. Name of the subject, operating system. Not necessary to write teaching scheme, but you need to mention the examination scheme. So you should know the examination scheme. So write down the examination scheme. ESE 70 marks, ISE 30 marks. Over. Name of the subject, operating system, examination scheme 70, 30. And after that, you can just write the course outcomes. So these 3 course outcomes you can note down. So you should know what do you mean by course outcome? That is, after studying this subject, so what kind of outcome you are getting. So what you will be able to do. So I will assume that all of you are writing. So randomly I may ask anybody to show the write-up. So it's my request. Note down whatever we are telling during the lecture. Okay, over. Course outcomes. Complement the features of operating system to formulate its role and responsibilities. Analyze the principles of concurrency and synchronization to provide solution to the concurrent programs. Simulate process scheduling and memory management techniques for CPU performance. Pooja Patil, B division.
Yes, ma'am.
Is it over?
Yes, ma'am.
Kiran Aigade,
Yes, ma'am.
can you show me the course outcomes which you have written in your notebook?
Yes, ma'am.
show properly?
Ma'am, is it visible?
It's visible, but not that much clear. Okay, okay, good, good, good. Hope everybody is writing. So actually, we should have the writing practice, though it is online. Don't know in future when there will be need to write, etc. So maybe in the next semester or maybe in the same semester. So that's why we are requesting to write the things in your notebook. Okay. Now write down the syllabus. So in introduction, we are discussing about the definition of operating system, then simple batch system. So types of operating systems we are discussing: simple batch system, multi-programmed batch system, time sharing system, personal computer system, parallel system, real-time system. And lastly, we are discussing about system calls. So only 3 points we are discussing. First one is the definition, second one is the type of operating system, and third one is the system calls. So that type is nothing but the evolution of operating system. So how the operating systems get invented from earlier days to till date. That is covered as a part of introduction. So again, over here, actually the number of hours required to be conducted for this chapter, that is written. So if you want to write, you can write, otherwise leave it. Actually, this is required for us. Just write the syllabus. It's my request to all students. So if, as I'm asking the questions, it doesn't mean that you need to leave the meeting. Take it positively. It is required for you people. So we are not getting any kind of benefit from that. So you are getting the benefit, and for your benefit only we are doing the things. So take it positively. So few students may think that madam is asking question, so let uh, go outside the meeting, leave the meeting. So don't do like that. So actually initially 105 participants were there, now 102 participants are there. So I request all. So as you are attending online, so you should be attentive. You should listen carefully. So first chapter is introduction. Second chapter process. So we are discussing about the concept of process scheduling, operations done on the process, type of operating processes, dependent, independent processes, threads. Then we are discussing about IPC, inter-process communication. Third chapter, process scheduling. Over.
हाँ बोलो
Process scheduling, basic concept,
हाँ.
scheduling criteria, scheduling algorithms, multiple processor scheduling,
हाँ
inter-process synchronization.
मग डाटा पाठवतो की पाठवून आहे त्याच्या आधी. पण आता मी पाठवतो म्हणजे काय म्हणते तसं सगळे
विजय निकम,
तर तसं सोपं पडतंय तुम्हाला डाटा पूर्ण तुमच्या टॅलीमध्ये इम्पोर्ट करून परत तुम्हाला जेवढं पाहिजे तेवढ्या वर्षाचं तारीख टाकून काम करायला येतं.
next inter-process synchronization, background, the critical section problem, Peterson's algorithm, synchronization hardware, semaphores, classical problems of synchronization, monitors. Omkar Sati is there. Omkar Sati, B division, 67 roll number. Yes, Omkar. Omkar Sati. Omkar Sati. So other students, may I go? May I proceed further? Yes, students.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So go to the second section. So second section consists of 5 chapters. Meanwhile, I will ask few students. Actually, Omkar Sati is not responding. Suraj Nagtigalak,
Yes, ma'am.
are you writing?
Yes, ma'am.
Can you show?
Okay.
Suraj. Show your notebook.
Visible, ma'am.
नाही दिसत हो.
फोटो पाठवू का?
हम्म.
स्क्रीनशॉट का म्हणलं दिसत नाही.
बर, स्क्रीनशॉट पाठ. ठीक आहे. What about this Poonam Bandare, Rohit Kavitake, Rutuja Gaikwad? Why you are not written your roll numbers? Rename yourself. Why you are while you are joining the meeting, you should write your division first, then your roll number, and then your name. Harshad Bad. Harshad. Yes, Harshad. Harshad, are you there? Harshad Bad, as usual, you are not listening. Suchitra Gowri. Suchitra. Students, am I audible?
Yes, ma'am.
Suchitra Gowri, are you there? Karan Kale.
Yes, ma'am.
Can you show whatever you have written? Syllabus. Okay, Suraj Nagtilag, good. Suraj is writing. Karan.
Yes, ma'am.
Show your notebook.
Okay, ma'am. Can you see me?
Yes. Good. Good. So it seems that everybody is writing. So I will assume that everybody is writing properly. So I will proceed further. Fifth chapter is deadlock. In second section, we are discussing about system model, deadlock characterization, methods for handling deadlocks, deadlock prevention, deadlock avoidance, deadlock detection, recovery from deadlock, combined approach to deadlock. So all the methods for handling the deadlock we are discussing throughout the deadlock chapter. Next, sixth chapter is the memory management. So how the memory is managed in the computer. So we're discussing about physical memory, logical memory, and the concept of virtual memory we are discussing in the next chapter. So these two chapters are related to the memory, that is simple memory management schemes and virtual memory management schemes we are discussing. And then we are discussing about the last chapter, that is a input output system. So how the input output devices are interacting with the operating system. So what are the features or what are the responsibilities of operating system with respect to input output devices. So that we are discussing as a part of 8th chapter. Okay, so write down. I think 6th chapter writing is over. Yes, students.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
So if you are not written, so hold me. You can tell me. Just wait for 2 minutes. Respond. So interaction should be there. Otherwise, it is quite difficult whether you are getting or not to understand. Over.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Other students? May I go further? Okay, note down the textbook names. Operating system concepts, Silver Scratch Galvin, 7th and 8th edition. This is the best book, Operating System Concepts by Galvin. So, n number of copies are available in our library. So, if possible, you can visit, you can get the book. If you are able to purchase, you can purchase also. So as I said that this subject we require throughout our life. So it will be better if you are keeping this book with you. So you may purchase or you may take the help of our library. Galvin book. Silver Scratch Galvin author. 8th edition, it is the new edition. Second book, Operating Systems, Internals and Design Principles by William Stallings. 5th edition, it is also available in our library. And the last is the Design of Unix Operating System by Maurice Batch. Actually, the third book, it covers all the commands of the Unix operating system. So if you want, you can also refer it from our library. So we are referring all these books and then only we are teaching to you people. As a part of reference, operating system with case studies in Unix, NetWare and Windows NT by Achyut Godbole. And second reference, operating system, title, Coffins, 3rd edition by Pearson's Education. Over. Students, don't leave the class. Keep in mind, I will not mark your attendance if you leave the class. Maybe at last I will take the attendance. Or in between I may take the screenshots. Okay. So we'll switch. So this is the part of syllabus of operating system. So now we'll go to the part of syllabus. So directly we'll start the first chapter. I'm just taking the screenshots. Okay, so first chapter. Write the syllabus of first chapter on the next page, which we are going to cover as a part of first chapter. We'll start the chapter. the part of our wonderful pattern. Write the syllabus of the first chapter. Bhushan Deshmukh, Pranoj Gunzari. You have written same roll number. Roll number 40, roll number 40. Bhushan, Pranoj.
Ma'am, my
So other you can modify your roll number. Who is there? Whose number is there? Your name, please. Okay. So we'll start the chapter. So let me mute from the mobile. So first chapter, it is introduction. As a part of introduction, we are discussing about the definition of operating system. Then the types of operating system we are discussing. And then we are proceeding further. So let me check. Okay. So write down the first point from the syllabus. So first point is operating system definition. Okay, so under that we are discussing operating system definition. Under that we are discussing what is an operating system. So a program that acts as an intermediary between a user of a computer and the hardware. It is the program that acts as an interface. Either you can call it as an intermediary or interface between a user of a computer and the computer hardware. Actually, in the last lecture, I said I added one more statement along with this statement, that is, it provides basis for application and system programs. It provides basis for application and system programs. That is, with the help of operating system, we are able to create application programs and system programs. Application programs and system programs. So the simple example of application program, whatever C programs you have written in our C programming, in your data structure, in your ACC. So all these are coming as a part of application programs. So few application programs provided over here, that is Microsoft Word, text editor, Java editor, C editor. All these are the application programs, and the system programs are nothing but the programs which are accepted by the universe. For example, operating system itself. असे काही प्रोग्राम्स आहेत की जे युनिव्हर्सने ऍक्सेप्ट केलेले आहेत ऍज अ स्टँडर्ड म्हणून. So that's why these are called as a system programs. And the best example of system program is itself operating system, because operating system is also one of the program, right? So the definition of operating system: a program that acts as intermediary between a user of a computer and a computer hardware, provides basis for application programs and application system programs. So two goals of operating system are there: execute user programs and make solving user problems easier. So what should be the goal of any operating system? So whenever you are trying to write any operating system, कुठलाही तुम्ही जेव्हा प्रोग्राम राईट करताय आणि त्या प्रोग्रामला जर तुम्हाला ऑपरेटिंग सिस्टम म्हणायचं असेल, त्या ऑपरेटिंग सिस्टमने काय करायला पाहिजे? So it should execute user programs and make solving user problems easier. So it should be filled by the user. युजरला असं वाटायला पाहिजे की हे खूप सोपं आहे. So for that purpose, operating system should help to the user. So that is the first goal. Second goal: make the computer system convenient to use. So operating system should provide the things to the user in such a way that they should feel that it is very, very convenient to use. It is very, very convenient. So recently, whatever operating systems are coming in the market, so they are having good GUI. So anybody knows the GUI?
Graphics user interface.
Good. Graphical user interface. So most of the softwares or most of the current recent versions of operating system coming in the market, they are having the feature, extra feature, that is the best GUI, graphical user interface. The interface is provided to us in such a way that we are able to interact with the computer by our own. There is no need of any other third person to interact with the computer, right? This is called as a GUI, graphical user interface. And our most of the times, mostly we are calling it as a front end in case of development. So we should develop front end in such a way that it should be speaking with the user indirectly. म्हणजे GUI असा असायला पाहिजे की तो GUI बघितल्यानंतर त्या युजरला असं वाटायला पाहिजे की आपण जणू काही आपण त्या कॉम्प्युटर बरोबर बोलतोय. ऍक्च्युअली बोलत नाही पण इनडायरेक्टली बोलतोय. सो दॅट्स वाय that best GUI is also called as a speaking GUI. स्पीकिंग GUI. ऍक्च्युअली तो स्पीक करत नाही पण इनडायरेक्टली आपल्याला सांगतो की तुला इथून इथं जायचंय, इथून इथं जायचंय, इथून इथं जायचंय. सो इट इज द व्हेरी व्हेरी गुड स्पीकिंग GUI. So this is nothing but the convenience with respect to the user. युजरचा कन्व्हिनियन्स म्हणजे काय? जेव्हा आपण मोबाईल ऑपरेट करतो, मोबाईलवर एखादी गोष्ट काहीतरी करत असताना आपल्याला जर लक्षात यायला लागलं म्हणजे बाबा इथं मेसेज टाईप करायचा, इथून हा हे बटन प्रेस केलं तर हे मेसेज त्या रिसिव्हरला जात आहे. सो लाईक दॅट जेव्हा आपल्याला कळायला लागतं त्याच्यातल्या फंक्शनॅलिटीज तेव्हा आपल्याला आनंद व्हायला लागतो. सो दॅट्स वाय वी आर कॉलिंग इट एज इट इज कन्व्हिनियंट टू यूज विथ रिस्पेक्ट टू मी. So like that, it should make the computer system convenient to use. So this is second goal of the operating system. Use the computer hardware in an efficient manner. Whatever hardware is connected with the computer. So computer itself consists of different types of hardware. Computer म्हणजे काय? त्या computer मध्ये वेगवेगळ्या प्रकारचे हार्डवेअर आहेत ते एकमेकांना कनेक्ट केलेले आहेत. So it should utilize the hardwares in efficient manner. त्या हार्डवेअरचा त्यांनी इफेक्टिव्ह यूज करायला पाहिजे. इफेक्टिव्ह यूज करायला पाहिजे. मोस्टली फॉर एक्झाम्पल CPU आणि मेमरी जर कन्सिडर केलं तर मेमरी व्यवस्थित युटिलाइज करायला पाहिजे आणि CPU मोस्टली जेव्हा आपण मशीन स्टार्ट करतो जोपर्यंत आपण शटडाऊन करत नाही त्या ड्युरिंग दॅट पिरियड इट शुड युटिलाइज CPU प्रॉपरली. कारण हे दोन खूप महत्वाचे रिसोर्सेस आहेत. सो यू शुड युटिलाइज द रिसोर्सेस प्रॉपरली. Use the computer hardware in an efficient manner. Efficient, that is, it is just measuring the efficiency of the machine. So each and every hardware should be properly used. So this is nothing but the again one of the responsibility of the operating system. So let me first talk about this point and then I will tell you, note down. So computer system components. Yes, anybody is having any doubt? Are you able to see everything?
Yes, ma'am.
So computer system components. So what are the components, basic components with respect to computer system? So components are nothing but hardware, operating system, applications, programs, and user. So actually the diagram is given in the next slide. So this is nothing but the abstract view of So abstract view of system, computer system. So abstract view of computer system. So users are at one end and operating system is over here. So operating system and here the computer hardware is there. So we define the definition. So what is the definition of operating system? It is the interface between user and computer hardware. So at one end users are there and at other end computer hardware is there. And in between two layers are there, that is the system and application programs and operating system. So system and application program. Actually, if you are looking towards this rectangle, so this is the layer. So inside this rectangle, this rectangle is shown because this is the operating system. This operating system is nothing but the system program. What is operating system? Operating system itself, it is one of the system program. So system programs and application programs. So this consists of one layer. And the major program is nothing but the operating system. So that's why it is shown over here, and here the computer hardware is there. So operating system allows users to interact with the computer hardware. and at the same time it allows user to create system programs and application programs. So over here some programs are given: compiler, assembler, text editor, database system, and operating system. So these are the examples of system and application programs. So from this, operating system acts as a system program, and others, they are acting as a application programs, right? So these are the small applications which again we are creating. So that's why these are called as the application programs. So this is the abstract view of the computer system, and based upon that view, so the description is given. Hardware. So hardware consists of, so what done by this computer hardware? So computer hardware consists of all input output devices. So provides basic computing resources, all input output devices consisting of CPU, central processing unit, memory, and all other IO devices. Actually, if you are looking towards these three examples, so CPU and memory, so these are also considered as a hardware, but they are mentioned over here. Actually, memory is also acting as an input output device, CPU is also acting as a device, hardware device, but still they are mentioned specifically over here because these are the two most important resources. And other IO devices consist of all, that is keyboard, mouse, monitor, printer, etc., etc. So all these input output devices are given as a part of hardware. So hardware provides basic computing resources. Actually, resources, hardware resources are there and software resources are there. Two types of resources are there, hardware and software, right? So these resources we require to complete our task. So it is basically what is our task as software engineer? We are writing the program. जर एखादा मला प्रोग्राम राईट करायचा असेल तर मला हार्डवेअर लागतं ऍज वेल एज मला सॉफ्टवेअर लागतं. फॉर एक्झाम्पल हार्डवेअर म्हणजे मला कीबोर्ड लागतं, माऊस लागतं, मॉनिटर लागतो, कम्प्युटर लागतो, प्रोसेसर लागतो रन करण्यासाठी, आणि तो प्रोग्राम मी सेव्ह करते, आणि सेव्ह करण्यासाठी मला मेमरी लागते, आणि तो प्रोग्राम मला जर कंपाइल करायचा असेल तर मला कंपाइलर लागतो. So compiler, what is compiler? Compiler, it is one of the software. It is the software. So I require hardware as well as software. So two types of resources are there, hardware and software. Next, operating system. So major components they are given over here. One is the hardware, another is the operating system itself. So work of operating system: controlling, coordinating the use of hardware among the various application programs for the various users. Operating system चं काम काय आहे? आपण वेगवेगळे ऍप्लिकेशन्स ओपन करतो, राईट? आता कम्प्युटर आपण चालू केल्यानंतर, आता तुमच्या समोर जर बघितलं तर मी एका ठिकाणी झूमची विंडो ओपन केलेली आहे, एका ठिकाणी एक पीडीएफ ओपन केलेली आहे, एका ठिकाणी एक वर्ड ओपन केलेले आहे. सो ऑल दीज आर नथिंग बट द ऍप्लिकेशन्स, and I'm using simultaneously hardware also, that is mouse is there with me, keyboard is there with me, monitor is there with me. So I'm using all these resources, hardware as well as software. So who is responsible to control these devices? जेव्हा मी एखादी की प्रेस करते, ती की प्रेस केल्यानंतर त्याचं जे काही फंक्शन आहे ते रिफ्लेक्ट होते. Who is responsible for that implementation of that function? Operating system. I'm pressing something on the mouse, some button on the mouse, right click, left click, etc. So who is responsible to implement this particular function? Again, operating system. So this is nothing but controlling and coordinating the use of hardware among the various application programs for the various users. So right now I'm interacting. So there may be n number of users. It is called as a multi-user system. So mostly whatever systems right now we are using, so these are the multi-user systems. Next, third component is the application programs. Define the way in which the system resources are used to solve the computing problems of the users. So they are given the examples of application programs: compiler, database system, video games, business programs. So n number of application programs are there. So whatever games you are playing on the computer, all these are acting as application programs. हे गेम्स कोण तयार केलेले आहे? एखाद्या सॉफ्टवेअर इंजिनियरने तयार केलेले आहे, एखाद्या स्टुडंटने तयार केलेले आहेत. So you are also able to create one of the game. You are also able to implement, develop one of the games. So that is nothing but the small software. So this is nothing but your mini project or major project, right? एखादी छोटीशी गेम सुद्धा तुम्ही तयार करू शकता. So that is nothing but the kind of project. So you are now good familiar with the concept of project, as we have started this concept from the second year onwards. So hope nowadays, as an amount of time you are getting free, so you may be implementing small programs. So I heard that few students from either batch only, they are implementing smaller projects. So anybody implementing right now? Yes. Small applications. Let us share. तुमच्या क्लास मधलं कोणी काय करतोय का सध्या? Come on students. Yes. काय करताय का नाही तुम्ही सध्या? का फक्त लेक्चर एक लेक्चर? It is not sufficient for you, keep in mind. So you should interact, you should do, you should invest your time. So you are becoming developer. Mostly the best job for the software engineers, that is the developer. So first initial phase. मला जे शिकवलंय आतापर्यंत त्या बेसिसवर तुम्ही छोटे छोटे प्रोग्राम करायला पाहिजे. You should implement small programs, then somewhat big programs. You should implement mini projects. You should go for major projects. So you should do programming every now and then. This is the basic requirement for the computer engineer. Anybody? Chinmay?
Yes, ma'am.
What are you doing right now? Right now, in the sense, during this semester, what you are doing? Have you started anything to do?
No, ma'am. I have planned just
Good. So
working.
at least plan. So everybody, at least plan. So this is the year where you are able to implement now. Now you are good familiar with C. You are good familiar with C++. मला दोन languages येतात सध्या. So you may prepare small programs, simple programs, anything, whatever. I think in computer graphics, you have B division students. They have done well. A division also done well, but I observed B division students, they have implemented some other small tasks also. That is bicycle, etc. How the bicycle is moving. So you may take the simple example of bird. So you can try to draw the bird and allow that bird to fly. Real life bird, real life एखादा पक्षी उडतोय. असा एखादा प्रोग्राम करा की ज्या प्रोग्रामचा आउटपुट एखादा पक्षी आहे तर तो उडतोय असं दाखवा. So right, like that. So you should create some new things by your own, by just taking the help of the things which we taught, right? So you should be creative. So start, plan now. So these are nothing but small applications. So these are called as application programs. Next, users. So the fourth component is user, people, machines, other computers. Mostly users. आपण users असं म्हणतो. Users म्हणजे फक्त people असा काय meaning होऊ शकत नाही. त्या ठिकाणी machines पण असतील, devices असतील, जे काही communicating devices आहेत, मोबाईल म्हणा, computer म्हणा, laptop म्हणा. So all these are coming as a part of user, right? So these are the four components of the computer system. So over here the abstract view of computer system is shown. So user, here user n users are shown. User 1, user 2, user 3, like that. User n number of users, they are able to interact with the computer hardware with the help of operating system. So some user may take the help of compiler, other user may take the help of assembler, third user may take the help of text editor, next user may take the help of database system, like that onwards. So n number of different applications may be going on parallelly, simultaneously, one after the another. So right, that is like on the computer, I may start I may open C editor in one window. I may open one of the document in the Word. I may open maybe one of the PDF in another window. So all these, so whatever windows we are opening over here, all these are acting as a different applications, different users, right? So this is called as the multiprocessing. So I may start media player over here and I may play one of the song in that. So what I'm doing simultaneously, at one part, maybe I'm preparing the PowerPoint presentation. मी एका विंडो मध्ये PowerPoint प्रेझेंटेशन तयार करतेय, दुसऱ्या विंडो मध्ये एखादं डॉक्युमेंट तयार करतेय, तिसऱ्या विंडो मध्ये मी सी प्रोग्राम रन करतेय, चौथ्या विंडो मध्ये मी मीडिया प्लेयर स्टार्ट केलेलं आहे आणि एखादं सॉन्ग पण ऐकतेय. सो व्हॉट इज दिस? दिस इज नथिंग बट द मल्टी प्रोसेसिंग विथ रिस्पेक्ट टू ऑपरेटिंग सिस्टम. So n number of tasks parallelly I am performing. This is my requirement. This is my requirement. Who am I? I'm a user. So what will be the user's requirement? So user may want to interact with n number of application at a time, and your operating system should allow the user to interact with n number of applications at a time. And this is nothing but the basic function of operating system, right? This is nothing but the basic function of the operating system. So I'm able to open n number of windows over here. I'm able to open n number of windows. So here sample I'm showing one. My Zoom window is opening. Another I have started my own email over here. Here I have opened one PDF. Another, that is the another PDF I have opened. These are nothing but the different applications. So this is called as a multiprocessing, right? So users, they are interacting with the computer hardware with the help of operating system. And what operating system does? So operating system allows the user to create the application programs and system program. सिस्टीम प्रोग्राम म्हणजे ऑपरेटिंग सिस्टीम इटसेल्फ. कुणी तयार केली ऑपरेटिंग सिस्टीम? आपल्यासारख्याच एखाद्या माणसाने तयार केलेली. हु एम आय? आय एम अ युजर. So if I developed one of the operating system and if it is accepted by the universe, I may say that it is the standard. एखादा मी प्रोग्राम केला आणि तो प्रोग्राम मी पब्लिकली अवेलेबल केला. तुम्ही पेटंटचं नाव ऐकलं असेल, तुम्ही स्टँडर्डचं नाव ऐकलं असेल, तुम्ही ऑपरेटिंग सिस्टीमचं नाव ऐकताय. यू आर गुड फॅमिलियर विथ द ऑपरेटिंग सिस्टीम. ऑपरेटिंग सिस्टीम काय आहे? एक प्रोग्राम आहे. कुणी राईट केलेलं आहे? आपल्यासारख्याच एखाद्या माणसाने राईट केलेलं आहे. So maybe written by the student, maybe written by the teacher, like that, or maybe written by the group of people, like that. So this is nothing but the system program. And when it is possible to write the programs, program आपण कधी write करू शकतो? जर आपल्याकडे ऑपरेटिंग सिस्टीम असेल तरच प्रोग्राम राईट करतो, राईट? ऑपरेटिंग सिस्टीम नसेल माझ्याकडे फक्त कॉम्प्युटरचं हार्डवेअर आहे, तर मी ऑपरेटिंग सिस्टीम राईट करू शकेन का? नाही. का? व्हॉट इज ऑपरेटिंग सिस्टीम? इटसेल्फ इट इज द प्रोग्राम. तो प्रोग्राम राईट करायचा असेल तर मला ऑपरेटिंग सिस्टीम लागते, राईट? सो लाईक दॅट ऑपरेटिंग सिस्टीम प्रोव्हाइड्स बेसिस फॉर सिस्टम अँड ऍप्लिकेशन प्रोग्राम्स. So this is the actual definition of operating system. So once again I will revise. So computer, what is operating system? Operating system is a program that acts as a interface between user and computer hardware, and further it provides basis for application and system programs. So this is the standard definition. जर तुम्ही वेगवेगळ्या मे बी गुगलवर सर्च केलात किंवा वेगवेगळ्या पुस्तकांमध्ये जर सर्च केला तर प्रत्येक ठिकाणी वेगवेगळी डेफिनेशन दिलेली आहे, राईट? So you can just take the help of good definition, and the good definition is nothing but ह्या डेफिनेशन मधून पूर्ण क्लिअर होऊन जाते की ऑपरेटिंग सिस्टीम काय आहे? प्रोग्राम आहे. कसला प्रोग्राम आहे? सॉफ्टवेअर प्रोग्राम आहे. ऑपरेटिंग सिस्टीम हार्डवेअर नाही आहे. कीप इन माइंड, these are the frequently asked question in the interviews. What is operating system? Is it hardware or software? It's totally software. It's not a hardware. हार्डवेअर कशाला म्हणू शकतो आपण? जे आपण हाताने हँडल करू शकतो. एखादी गोष्ट आहे, एखादा मोबाईल आहे, आता मी हा मोबाईल हँडल करतेय. सो आय एम एबल टू सी विथ माय ओपन आईज, आय एम एबल टू हँडल विथ माय हँड्स. दॅट इज नथिंग बट द हार्डवेअर. अँड व्हाट अबाउट सॉफ्टवेअर? सॉफ्टवेअर आपण हँडल करू शकतो का? हातात घेऊ शकतो का? नाही. प्रोग्राम हातात घेऊ शकतो का? नाही. इट्स द लॉजिकल एंटिटी. It's the logical entity. When the computer will be on, we are able to see it. When it will be off, we are unable to see it, right? So this is nothing but the software. So softwares are the logical entities, and hardwares, these are the physical entities. ज्या काही फिजिकल एंटिटी आहेत त्या आपण आपल्या उघड्या डोळ्याने बघू शकतो, आपल्या हाताने हँडल करू शकतो. ज्या काही लॉजिकल थिंग्स आहेत त्या आपण हाताने धरू शकत नाही किंवा उघड्या डोळ्याने बघू शकत नाही. जेव्हा आपण ऑपरेटिंग सिस्टीम बरोबर इंटरॅक्ट करू तेव्हाच आपण त्या सॉफ्टवेअर्सला सेन्स करू शकतो. दिस इज नथिंग बट द सॉफ्टवेअर. So these are the basic things which are required to understand the concept of operating system. So now, anybody is having any question? I just talked about the definition of the operating system. Come on. Yes, students, am I audible?
Yes, ma'am.
Anybody want to ask any question? Yes. Who is this? Charulata. Yes, Charulata. Who is this? From B division? Okay, so note down the things. At least write the definition of operating system, goals of operating system. Then draw this diagram. Actually, component diagram, it is required to be drawn. So operating system definition is also continued over here. Resource allocator, actually it acts as a resource allocator. हा दोन रोल प्ले करतो ऑपरेटिंग सिस्टम. One as a resource allocator and second as a control program. Actually, third kernel is given. Actually, it is applicable in case of Unix operating system. So operating system acts as a resource allocator, also acts as a control program. Resource allocator म्हणजे काय? तो रिसोर्सेस अलोकेट करतो. जे काही आपण ऑपरेशन स्टार्ट करतोय कॉम्प्युटरवर, ज्या काही प्रोसेसेस आपण स्टार्ट करतोय त्या प्रत्येक प्रोसेसला रिसोर्स अलोकेट करायचं काम ऑपरेटिंग सिस्टम करते. सो मॅनेजेस अँड अलोकेट्स रिसोर्सेस. रिसोर्सेस म्हणजे काय? हार्डवेअर रिसोर्सेस अँड सॉफ्टवेअर रिसोर्सेस. जर मी रन म्हणलं किंवा कंपाईल म्हणलं तर तो असेंबलर किंवा कंपायलर अलोकेट करतो त्या प्रोग्रामला. जेव्हा मी कीबोर्डवर काही टाईप करणार असेल तर कीबोर्डचं इनपुट तो मॉनिटरला देतो आणि जेव्हा मी सेव्ह म्हणते कंट्रोल एस, सो इट सेव्स द डेटा टू द मेमरी. सो लाईक दॅट इट manages all the input output resources. Control program controls the execution of user programs and operations on IO devices. तो कंट्रोलिंगचं काम करतो. म्हणजे कुठला प्रोग्राम रन करायला पाहिजे. फॉर एक्झाम्पल मी सी प्रोग्राम रन करत असेल आणि त्याच वेळेस माझ्याकडे मीडिया प्लेअर मध्ये एखादं सॉन्ग चालू असेल तर ते सॉन्ग प्ले होत असतं आणि थोड्या वेळासाठी थोडासा डिस्टर्बन्स येतो मध्ये जेव्हा माझा सी प्रोग्राम रन होत असतो. सो दॅट इज कॉल्ड एज अ शेड्यूलिंग. दॅट इज कॉल्ड एज अ कंट्रोलिंग. म्हणजे तुमचा प्रोसेसर पहिल्यांदा मीडिया प्लेअरला अलोकेट केलेला होता, त्याच्यानंतर जेव्हा तुम्ही सी प्रोग्राम रन करताय तो लगेच सी प्रोग्राम कडे येतो, सी प्रोग्राम रन करतो आणि परत मीडिया प्लेअर कडे जातो. सो दिस कॉल्ड एज अ मल्टी प्रोसेसिंग. सो एकापेक्षा जास्त प्रोसेसेस चालू आहेत, पण प्रोसेसर किती आहेत? कॉम्प्युटरकडे एकच आहे, पण तो प्रोसेसर सगळ्या प्रोग्राम मध्ये शेअर करायचा काम करतो. दॅट इज कॉल्ड एज अ कंट्रोलिंग. कंट्रोल द एक्झिक्युशन ऑफ युजर प्रोग्राम्स अँड ऑपरेशन्स ऑफ आयओ डिव्हाइसेस. कुठला डिव्हाइस कुठल्या प्रोसेसला अलोकेट करायचं, सो दॅट विल बी डन ऍज अ पार्ट ऑफ कंट्रोल प्रोग्राम. अँड कर्नल द वन प्रोग्राम रनिंग ऍट ऑल टाइम्स, all else being application programs. Actually the concept of kernel itself, it is the operating system. It is present in case of Unix operating system. So it's the software itself. So these are the three roles played by the operating system. Okay, so next actually henceforth the types of operating systems are there. So just note down whatever I will tell, only these things you have to note down. Definition you can write, goals you can write, write definition of operating system, goals. Charulata, you are not speaking. Are you there? Say students, don't try to do anything during the lecture. So Charulata is sending the response. Maybe she has filled one of the form, aptitude, aptitude seminar form. So it's my request to all of you. So during lecture, please attend the lecture sincerely. And after lecture, you can do the things. असं कोणाला तुम्हाला म्हटलेलं नाहीये की लेक्चर मध्ये हे फॉर्म भरून द्या, असं कोणी तुम्हाला सांगितलेलं नाहीये. सो प्लीज डोंट डू सच थिंग्स ड्युरिंग लेक्चर.
Hello.
Yes.
Ma'am, I have one doubt, ma'am.
Yes, you can ask. Who is, tell your name and then ask the question.
My name is Vittal Sirsale.
Good. Vittal, ask.
Operating system itself is a program, ma'am.
Itself, it is the program.
And whatever applications program we are written with the help of operating system only we are writing.
Yes, yes. We are able to write these application programs again with the help of operating system.
But operating system, how they written program and where they written, ma'am?
On another operating system, obviously.
On another operating system.
Yes. So
If
actually different inventions of operating systems are there. Initially the DOS was there, disk operating system. Then Windows came. Then Linux came. Then Ubuntu came. So these are the versions. Every now and then everybody is preparing the programs. आता सध्या सुद्धा नवीन व्हर्जन्स यायला लागलेत मार्केटमध्ये. आता सध्या तुम्ही विंडोज 10 वापरतोय आपण सध्या. मे बी अजून एक 5 ते 6 वर्षानंतर दुसरीच कुठली तर ऑपरेटिंग सिस्टीम असेल. जेव्हा मी शिकत होते त्यावेळेस आम्ही डॉस वापरायचो. सो आय वॉज स्टडिंग इन 2004. सो आय वॉज युझिंग डॉस. म्हणजे आता जे ऑपरेटिंग सिस्टीम आहेत असं आम्हाला काहीच दिसत नव्हतं. आम्ही फक्त कमांड द्यायचो आणि त्या कमांडचं आम्हाला आउटपुट मिळायचं. आता पूर्ण ऑपरेटिंग सिस्टीम चेंज झालेले आहेत. वेगवेगळे फीचर्स प्रोव्हाइड केले जात आहेत. जसं मोबाईलचे व्हर्जन्स असतात. मोबाईलमध्ये पण तुम्ही आता मागचे सॅमसंगचे मोबाईल बघितलात आणि जे रिसेंट मोबाईल बघताय वेगवेगळा डिफरन्स तुम्हाला जाणवतो. फीचर वेगवेगळे ऍड केलेले असतात. राईट? यस विठ्ठल?
Yes, ma'am.
So got the clear answer?
Yes, ma'am.
You were asking something. I stopped actually. I was talking.
No, ma'am. That only.
Now got it?
Yes, ma'am.
So ऑपरेटिंग सिस्टीम itself it is the program. हा एक प्रोग्राम आहे आणि तो प्रोग्राम आपण कसा राईट करू शकतो किंवा कधी राईट करू शकतो, जर आपल्याकडे ऑपरेटिंग सिस्टीम असेल तरच आपण राईट करू शकतो. राईट? म्हणजे ऑपरेटिंग सिस्टीम शिवाय आपण काहीही करू शकत नाही. त्यामुळे मी पहिल्यांदाच सांगितलंय ऑपरेटिंग सिस्टीम हा सब्जेक्ट असा आहे आपल्यासाठी स्पेशली. आपण कम्प्युटर इंजिनियर आहोत. आता मी टीचर आहे ती वेगळी गोष्ट आहे, पण तुम्ही कम्प्युटर इंजिनियर होणार आहात. तुम्हाला पुढे कंपनीमध्ये काम करायचंय. कंपनीमध्ये पण कशावर काम करायचंय? लॅपटॉपवर, कम्प्युटरवरच काम करायचंय. त्यामुळं आपल्याकडे ऑपरेटिंग सिस्टीम असायलाच पाहिजे. आणि ज्याचे एखादा काही प्रॉब्लेम झाला वर्किंग मध्ये तर आपल्याला तो प्रॉब्लेम सॉल्व्ह करता आलाच पाहिजे. आणि हे कधी येईल आपल्याला, जर आपल्याला ऑपरेटिंग सिस्टीमचे कन्सेप्ट क्लिअर माहिती असतील तर. एनीबडी एल्स want to ask question? Good, great, Vittal. So I want the students like Vittal who will come forward, who will ask the question. Yes, anybody else want to ask the question? No madam, no doubt. एक तर डाऊट कधी येतो जर आपल्याला सगळं कळालं असेल तर. आणि काहीच कळालं नसेल तरी पण डाऊट येत नसतात. राईट? Have you written the definition? Have you written the goals?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so only Vedangi is answering. What about others? Are you listening to me? You should be
Yes.
attentive.
Yes, ma'am.
Good. Write down the next computer system components. So actually under this you may draw the figure first and then write the previous slide. Akshata Kumbar, you are responding only through messages. Akshata?
Yes, ma'am.
अनम्यूट करा, विचारा क्वेश्चन. असं होतंय मेसेज कडे कधी लक्ष जाते कधी लक्ष जात नाही.
Okay, ma'am.
बी फ्रँक. बऱ्याच वेळेला मुलं काय विचार करतात, मी क्वेश्चन कसा विचारू, मी विचारलेलं क्वेश्चन बरोबर असेल का लोक माझ्यावर हसतील. हसू द्या ना, हसले तर त्यांचं आयुष्य वाढेल ना. त्यामुळे आपल्या डाऊट्स तसंच ठेवून द्यायचे का नाही. सो यू शुड बी फ्री, यू शुड बी फ्रँक. असं पण असू शकेल तुम्हाला त्याचा आन्सर माहित असेल, मला त्याचं आन्सर माहित नसेल. तुम्हाला माहित असेल तर मला तुमचं नॉलेज मिळेल. राईट? सो ट्राय टू शेअर द आयडियाज ड्युरिंग द लेक्चर. तुमचाच क्लास आहे, आपल्याच कॉलेजचे स्टुडंट आहेत, आपल्याच डिपार्टमेंटचे स्टुडंट आहेत. त्यामुळे लाजायची वगैरे काही गरज नाहीये. आता तर अजून चांगली गोष्ट आहे, ऑनलाईन मध्ये आपण एकमेकांना दिसत नाही. त्यामुळे ज्या गोष्टी तुम्हाला सध्या गरजेच्या आहेत, तुम्हाला कॅम्पस इंटरव्ह्यूला आता ऑनलाईन इंटरव्ह्यू व्हायला लागलेत, त्यामुळे तुम्हाला व्हिडिओ ऑन ठेवायला लागतो, तुम्हाला बोलायला लागतं. तुम्ही शांत बसलात तर तुम्हाला कुणी सिलेक्ट करणार नाही. राईट? तुम्ही बोललं पाहिजे, तुमचा व्हिडिओ ऑन ठेवला पाहिजे. मधून मधून जेव्हा तुम्ही आन्सर करता तेव्हा व्हिडिओ ऑन करायचा, आन्सर द्यायचं. सो दीज आर द डिसिप्लिन्स विच वी रिक्वायर. नाहीतर चाललंय आपल्या मॅडमचं पुराण. आपण ऑन करून ठेवूया. अजून पण मला काही दोघांनी रिस्पॉन्ड केलं नाही. मी मगाशी विचारलं होतं. ड्रॉ द डायग्राम. इट्स द मोस्ट इम्पॉर्टंट डायग्राम. It clears the definition. Operating system, it is the interface between user and computer hardware. तुम्ही जर त्या डायग्राम कडे बघितलं तर तुमच्या क्लिअरली लक्षात येऊन जाईल की ऑपरेटिंग सिस्टीम या दोघांच्या मध्ये दिलेली आहे. That's why it is called as an interface.